This is very much going to be a depressing episode. Plus, his mother and father will both kill.
Yeah, and then you end up with Spike. Oh god! Hey guys, welcome back to Bizarre Anime Vibes. I'm your host Jojo, and I'm here with
Drip Knights.
And in today's episode, we're going over some of the most effed up backstories in anime, because there's quite a lot.
I mean, look, if you want to get us hooked up to a story or a character, if you give us a tragic story, that's automatically just like, wow, I feel so bad that I want to see this character succeed.
Backstories can definitely make or break a character, and you can learn so much and completely understand their goals and motivation through a well-written backstory. And you can learn to hate a character and not give any flying F's about them if the backstory's poor.
Yeah, most of the less you probably when you see backstory, you're like, wow, I'm finally seeing this character's backstory. Like, usually it's the villain, and then, you know, when the villain is dying, you're like, oh, before I die, let me tell you my backstory. And
Demon
then
Slayer.
basically, and then you're like, wow, I wish I knew this kind of beforehand.
It would have
but
made the stakes better to some extent.
yeah, I mean, you're still cool, but
Before we continue on that, don't forget to colossal smash that like button, stay up to date with all our stuff, and subscribe. And just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Again, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. So whether it's liking, commenting, subscribing, whatever it is, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for giving us your time. We do not take it for granted, and we will produce the best content that we can possibly make.
For sure. Is there anything else you want to say before we dive into it?
Nope, I'm ready to dive into it.
Alright, then let's go. To start off with, since you mentioned Demon Slayer, essentially, I think we should dive into that first off.
I agree. I think, honestly, of course, the first one that comes to mind, Tanjiro.
Not a backstory, but it's a pretty effed up origin story.
Yeah.
You know, the old family's dead. The only surviving sibling is your sister who got turned into a demon. And now everyone who is a demon slayer wants to kill her. And you have to defend her and find a cure. Not the greatest.
It's a very good motive.
Yeah, I think that's one thing Demon Slayer doesn't get enough credit for. His motivation is, like, properly there.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess somebody who doesn't really have a poor backstory, but still has the backstory is Zetsu. I mean, his backstory doesn't seem
you don't know all of it yet. And same with Inosuke. You don't know Inosuke's is.
Now you got me a little true.
Yeah.
What season do we possibly be able to see it? Because I doubt it's this
I have
season.
no idea.
You don't know.
I don't remember where it was, but it's later on.
I'm just excited that we finally get to see the backstory.
Yeah, eventually you get it.
Hopefully it's not like rushed.
You want to talk about a really effed up backstory? There's also Akaza, Guillaume, like some of these demons and like Hashiras that like.
I know Gyataro is the only one I know of.
Gyataro and Daki, yeah, how.
And Rui. Well, Rui wasn't really tragic. It was more of just like selfish.
Yeah. Yeah, Gyataro and Daki have a pretty effed up one, if you ask me. It's definitely up there, maybe like top 5 for the demons.
I mean, seeing how literally the top 6 demons,
Yeah.
I mean.
I think Akaza has the worst demon backstory, like worst in terms of like most tragic. When you get there, you'll see. And then there's also, for Hashira, they all kind of have really effed up ones. Gyu has an effed up one. Guillaume has an effed up one. Sanemi, Obito. Mitsuri's is tame, I guess, in comparison.
I mean, Tengen is the best one.
Tengen has a good one, too. I mean, it's not the best.
Well, I mean, like, no, like the best as in, like, if, I mean.
He killed his siblings.
He did?
Don't remember that?
No.
He had to, like, didn't he have to kill his siblings to rise to the top?
He did?
I swear, that's why he became the top one in his family.
I genuinely did not remember that.
Most of his siblings died in training, or they were forced to fight each other. I swear that's what it was. Am I misremembering that?
Please tell us in the comments below if it's wrong or right, because
Yeah.
I genuinely don't remember.
And then Tengen, he realized it was effed up that, you know, his father would make him do that, so he ran away with the 3 wives he was given.
Huh.
And became his own shinobi.
Not
shinobi. Whatever term it is.
But they are shinobi. And then became a Slayer Core.
Yeah. That's why.
I guess.
It's not good, but it's not the worst.
I mean, when we get to your own siblings, to the death. But I think I can think of a little series that can kind of top that.
Oh, yeah?
7 Deadly Sins.
Alright, so moving on, I think we should talk about One Piece. That's a very important anime in terms of very effed up backstories.
Justice for 7 Deadly Sins.
Their backstories don't equal half the stuff they do.
Excuse me?
Doesn't equate or even, like, allow.
Escanor, the man who was cursed with unbelievable strength and people called him a monster for the whole his life. And plus his mother and father were both killed by the neighboring kingdom. And he was tragically whisked away like Oedipus. Into the, or not Oedipus, Moses. And then also we have to go with Meliodas. For 3,000 years he could not tell his own wife, or not wife, but his love, that he was cursed.
He loved her so much he was willing to fuck a child.
He loved her so much that he watched his wife die for over 3,000 years in his arms.
There's a panel of him holding her as a newborn saying, "Get away from my woman."
When you go 3,000 years of reincarnation, you get tired of people touching a woman. Okay, look, it doesn't help my case at all. Point being, that it is tragic. I can't.
Like I
Okay,
was
fine.
saying with One
Oh,
Piece,
I don't
it's
goddamn.
really what is it called? Effed up a lot of the backstories, and I think that's the reason why it's so good is because Oda, the mangaka, he makes the backstories kind of like the let's talk about this character to understand their motives, and he's I think one of the best when it comes to backstories that help play a role, and the most tragic for sure. Look at Law and Robbins, who both basically are the only survivors of where they came from. Look at don't remember Zoro's backstory with Down Sarah is very tragic. There's Usopp, who like everyone likes to downplay, but like he lost his mom, and then his dad left him, and then he ran around town always saying that what is it called? The pirates were coming to make his mother feel better, but also after she passed as like away, and nobody in town understood his reasoning and hated him. It's kind of messed up. Sanji's is a that's a whole I need a smoke break and a half. You haven't even seen it all.
Whole cake, right?
Whole Cake Island. You
Then
didn't know the
okay,
second
I'm
half.
not. One day I'll be there. Right now I'm still in the middle of Dressrosa, that god
Tragic.
awful. That oh my gosh, Dressrosa.
Um, who else is there? Chopper, Doctor Look.
Oof. Oh wait, I'm on the senior pink. I finally made it him.
You saw his backstory.
Yeah.
That's even a side character, and he has one of the saddest backstories. Man, justice for Senior Pink.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Deserve better.
It's the
And of
cruelty.
course, the character I think has the saddest backstory. Brooke.
50 years of loneliness will do
Oh, he
you,
wasn't
man.
alone. He was surrounded by the corpse of his crewmates. Yeah, everyone forgets that part.
Oh, and he was there watching them decay.
All he had was the remains of his crewmates.
He can't swim. He couldn't leave because the shadow was gone. Yeah?
I think
Wait.
Brooke has the saddest, without question.
I don't remember Sugar August.
He got his grandma or whatever became the All Might's teacher. She had to give him up, and then he went there. The dad was abusive, and then he got his quirk and killed his whole family.
I don't remember that part.
The dad or uncle who hated him,
I don't remember him killing his family.
Shigaraki.
I remember him.
When he first got
No.
his quirk, he touched a dog, and then the dog died. And he touched everyone in his family. They kept like asking, "What's wrong with you?"
I remember what's her name? Urza. Not Urza. What's her name? The short girl who rewind her parents all the way to non-existence.
Area?
Yeah.
No, you don't remember Shiki's backstory?
No.
Did you skip it?
No. I just generally don't remember
It
it.
was a very tragic. You didn't watch it then.
I did.
Then how do you not remember him literally decaying his entire family?
Maybe they just edited it out. Or not edited, but like they
That's what
made
the
it
hands
soft.
on him are. And no, it was in the dub and sub. The hands on his body are the only things left of his family.
Oh, those are
And it was
the.
the last place they touched him. That's why he keeps them there.
Oh.
The dad who tried to like,
This is very much going to be a depressing episode.
oh, for sure.
But you know what? Let's roll with the punches. Give me Dobby, the blue flame demon. Okay, maybe not demon, but
Yeah.
corpse, essentially.
Yeah.
Who tragically wanted to please his father so greatly, go for his approval, that he would kill his own brother. Well, he would want to kill his own brother,
Yeah.
who was an infant.
And was deemed dead and forgotten by his family in a sense. Well, not forgotten, but seen as a tainted past, and it was passed on to Todoroki.
And Todoroki, we could talk about him. I mean, he had to endure Endeavor.
Whatever Todoroki had to deal with, Dabi had to deal with more.
Yeah. That was like Endeavor Part 1, and then there's Endeavor Part 2.
Don't
Like,
forget Endeavor prequel, his wife.
oh. Oh. He seemed like a sweet
Don't forget Endeavor Part 1 and 1.5.
version
Not 2.
1.0. Oh, what the fuck? What?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
My, when he had only the ice quirk.
No, that's the brother only. Never mind.
Is he non-quirkless?
I don't remember. I thought he was.
I know he has like all silver hair, so it means he doesn't have like the fire.
Yeah,
So I think he just has ice.
I know. Okay, whatever. Point is, the Todoroki family is fucked on so many levels.
Shoto!
Yeah, and somehow that's still your favorite character before he started even getting redemption. Another one that's messed up?
Cowboy Bebop. Jets.
I'll give you that.
Man, getting betrayed by your own partner. Losing your arm. Was it? Yeah, your arm
Yeah, he's missing his arm.
because of his partner. Having his love of his life just leave him out of nowhere.
Mhm.
End up with Spike of all characters, the most inconsistent knucklehead there is in the whole
Hachiro talking
galaxy.
about the worst backstories in the world and be like, and then you end up with Spike. Oh god, this is where the horror begins.
I mean,
I can think of another one that's really tragic.
hit
Two
me.
words.
Only two.
Two words, and you will immediately like fall to the ground in pain.
Alright, I'm interested. I'm trying to. Can I guess? Two words only. Sword art. Even though it wasn't really tragic.
No. You ready?
Hit me.
Weather report. It's kind of effed up. The
It's
more
bad.
his sister, Bushi, his birth,
People in white masks.
KKK.
Damn, I never. Wow, wow.
The more you think about it, he has one of the most effed up backstories in all of JoJo.
It's um. I thought Jorno had it bad.
Jordan just had abusive parents. Join the club, bro. Like, you know how many anime characters got abusive parents? Don't answer that. There's too many. The
There's
point is,
there's a long
yeah.
list.
I look at Tanjiro's dad, and I'm just,
Wait, you look a
who do
good.
you think gave him that scar?
When you see a good parent in anime, that's how you know. Like this is about to be a
Oh,
good
they're gonna
story.
die.
Oh, yeah, no, good point. They're
Full
either gonna
Metal,
die or leave.
Full Metal,
Yeah.
Ponytail of Death, Aaron's mom.
So basically, anime. If you don't see, that's a good way of finding out if anime
I
if they're
mean, the
gonna live
Ponytail
or
of Death
die.
is the best indicator.
If they have a ponytail,
The Ponytail of Death, no, it's if you look at a trend, every anime mom who has a ponytail that's covering one side of their shoulder, Aaron's mom, full Edward and Alfonso's mom.
really?
They look at their hair. They search up anime ponytail of death. And literally search it up. It'll pop up.
Huh. If you go to the father side, like either you're gonna leave
Mhm.
the father's gonna set his trail.
Father, there's no such thing as a father in anime that isn't dead, a deadbeat, or an abuser.
You know what? We agree on that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't have a good father. That cannot,
I mean,
or they're not in the story.
Dragon.
And what is Dragon? Luffy didn't know he had a father until Garp told him. Like, I understand Jin is a horrible father because he wasn't in Gon's life, but imagine being so absent in your child's life that at the age of 17, they just straight up think they don't have a father. Not like, oh, my father left me. I just don't have one.
Okay. Okay. When you put that card out, what about Yuji?
I forgot. What's if I think both his parents died when he was a kid, is the whole thing?
I know it was his grandpa who raised him.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I was gonna say, if you want to talk about another tragic backstory, the cliche, my whole clan is dead, and I have to avenge them. Kurapika, Sasuke, you know the character trope.
Vegeta.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone
It's
else.
kind of. It's like there's one on top of my mind. I want to say Future Trunks. You guys, if you guys have watched Dragon Ball, you guys obviously know. But to those who haven't, you're gonna find out if you watch Dragon Ball Z Kai or the Future of Trunks special. You'll find out what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
But if another character, another one from recent shows,
Denji.
yeah.
Denji had a fucked life,
I mean,
Mom died to a horrible lung disease. Dad killed himself after owning millions of debt, so Denji had to,
inherited his
yeah,
problems.
had no money, had nothing except Pochita. Lived homeless, was dying slowly, day by day, by day, by day, by day.
Sold his left nutsack in his eye
Yeah,
just to make a
and
little
a
bit of
kidney.
money. Anakin, just to barely survive and live in a shed
Yeah,
and eat like a
but he
one
was
bread a
happy.
day.
But he was happy with Pochita, so yeah. But it's still effed up.
Kirby. Let's think about this. Think about logically. Think about logically. I'm about to
Okay,
persuade you.
I'm listening.
Okay. This young character
Mm-hmm.
went into sleep after leaving their planet, which exploded.
Okay.
Once awakening, he landed on the planet Popstar, where he was deemed as the savior because he was a star warrior. Losing his, if star warriors even have mothers or fathers, he lost his whole clan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's very similar to Sasuke and Kurapika and all of them,
Mm-hmm.
and Vegeta. But
Learning so much right now.
Kirby also had to endure the pain of being 8 inches tall only.
Okay. Levi Ackerman. Boy was homeless, poor. And one thing that pisses me off low key is when people are like, bro, Levi has one of the best glow-ups in history. Dude was literally like starvation, like starving, about to die. What do you mean? Oh, homeboy is grew up to where he is today. First of all, he did not grow up. He's still what 4 foot or 5'1", I think, canonically, or 5 foot exactly. Second of all, he went from being homeless to living a decent life as best as you can in Attack on Titan. Nah, that's not a glow up. That's literally just called getting food into your system.
I mean, a glow would be like if you became a millionaire and then
So
it,
I guess yeah, but
or maybe if you just became rich in general. He may have the fame, but that's his just fear.
all of Cyberpunk. Not a specific character, not a all of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, you don't have to explain that. Just
Watch it and you'll understand. All right, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode today. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, do all that stuff. You know how it is. Don't forget to also smash that like button. And yeah, that's gonna be it for us today. Thank you guys once again. You guys stay safe.